I know I have 2 losses. A fighter never think about lose.
He's significantly bigger than anyone you fought before, and he's one of the all-time greats. You're not going to feel apprehensive when you get in that ring against him?
Fear? No.
I will for you, and I'm not even you.
That's cool.
But can you accept he's better than you at anything or not?
No, because he ain't proven it yet.
We're gonna find out September 13th. That's why we are here, to see who's the best.
We're gonna give the fans a show for sure, because it don't take a big punch.
Because we are true fighters.
Yeah, 2 fighters, but
True fighters.
true, yeah, of course. No, not YouTuber fighters.
Huh?
Not YouTuber fighters. Yeah, of course.
They need to talk and talk about the fight because they want to say something. The people know we are great fighters. We want to put a great fight.
Yeah.
We don't need to talk.
I am sure in the end in the mid of September we will have one of the greatest fights ever happen in boxing.
Just as the news of their fight went viral, Crawford and Canelo caused a stir on the internet by getting angry during Piers Morgan's interview. The 2 fighters sat in front of the host while he asked them questions. The interview had been planned for weeks to happen on the day the fight would be officially announced.
2 greats in the last era. It's gonna be big.
What does it do to your 2 legacies?
Sometimes people talk shit a lot, and when they stay in the ring, they do nothing.
You know, a win against Canelo Alvarez put me, on Mount Rushmore.
Things went well at first, but they broke their promise not to talk badly about each other. And things got worse when Piers Morgan asked Terence Crawford if he had thought about losing his perfect record to Canelo Alvarez. Crawford replied, "That's something I've never thought of because it's not possible. I am ready for nothing more than winning. No one in the ring can beat me."
I am sure of it. I am sure of it.
And fists up. That's good. Excellent. Great. Excellent. Wonderful.
Canelo thinks Crawford didn't give him enough credit, which made him yell, "Don't disrespect me, idiot. I can do something for you that no one else has ever done. I'm made in a different way." Well, the fight in September will show if Canelo has changed. But things have calmed down a bit. To get back at Crawford, Canelo made fun of him when he was asked what he was preparing for, especially against Crawford because Crawford has special weapons that could hurt him.
I don't really care.
Everything is riding on this one moment.
Who's going to win? Really? Are you 100% certain you're going to win? Do you believe you're going to win?
I believe 100% I'm gonna win.
100%?
100%.
Did you kill me with your bare hands?
How old are you?
I'm 60.
He stated Crawford had nothing, adding that he'd faced bigger people, smaller guys, faster guys, heavier punchers, track racers, and all types of fighters throughout his career. And Crawford brought nothing unique. After the interview, they started mumbling insults to themselves until Canelo Alvarez was ready to throw his hands up. Fortunately, he was stopped by security, but Canelo did not stop there.
Where you at? Let me see. What is it? No, that's not fighting. Fighting ain't even in the definition of boxing. What is boxing?
In response to the forthcoming bout, Canelo Alvarez voiced confidence on social media, saying, "He's a great fighter, but he's not Canelo." This remark demonstrates his confidence in his dominance and sets the stage for a high-stakes confrontation. Terence Crawford, on the other hand, must move up to weight classes to meet Canelo. Crawford has displayed versatility and competence in prior fights, but the considerable weight difference may have an impact on his performance.
Canelo's now 10-0 at super middleweight, been largely untouchable at this weight class. Why do you believe that you're the man to knock him off?
I'm the best. That's why. That's why everybody gonna come and watch September 12th.
All right, bud. Good luck on September 12th.
Nonetheless, Crawford is eager to establish himself against the dangerous Mexican champion, boxing's most eagerly anticipated battle in years. The long-rumored confrontation between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford will take place on September 13th in Las Vegas and will be broadcast globally on Netflix, promoter said on Tuesday. The Summit Showdown will put two of the most accomplished pound-for-pound fighters of the last decade in a cross-divisional battle with generational effects. Alvarez, the undisputed super middleweight champion who has held championships ranging from 154 to 175 pounds, will defend his title against Crawford, the unbeaten four-weight champion from 135 to 154 pounds. Crawford will jump up to weight classes to face the Mexican superstar in what has already been called the fight of the century. The location has yet to be decided, although Allegiant Stadium, the 718,835-seat home of the NFL's Las Vegas Raiders, is thought to be the top contender. The date conflicts with a scheduled UNLV college football game versus Idaho State, although insiders suggest efforts are underway to relocate the UNLV game or completely reschedule it.
And what about moving up in divisions for Terence Crawford and Canelo? Are you concerned about that? I know you're not a big fan of fighters moving up.
I don't know. I mean, these are two guys that have accomplished a lot. You know, it's one of what you would call a super fight. And I do super fights, so.
Who do you feel wins?
I don't know. I don't know.
Will you be in attendance? Will you be there?
Probably. More than likely, yes.
Tina, is this going to be your first fight with TKO? There's a lot of rumors. Turkey said the other day.
T-Mobile Arena, where Alvarez has headlined some of his greatest shows, and Crawford dominated Errol Spence Jr. in a welterweight title unification contest in 2023, remains a backup option. The fight will be organized by Saudi Arabia's Riyadh season in partnership with Ultimate Fighting Championship President and Donald Trump confidant Dana White and Saudi entertainment business seller. It is White's first effort into boxing and represents a further expansion of the kingdom's grip over the sport's most powerful nights. On September 13th, Canelo and Crawford, two boxing legends, will finally face off in the fight of the century, according to Turki Alalshik, head of the General Entertainment Authority and president of the Saudi Boxing Federation.
Could potentially be the first one.
What?
Crawford versus Canelo.
Well, listen, my model's way different. Turkey has things that he's obligated to over the next 18 months. I want to break the sport down and build it from the ground up like we did the UFC. So I'm on a different path.
What's something that would surprise the boxing fans with this new deal? You're coming in hot. Turkey says he wants to crush the competition. How do you approach?
Along with Dana White and Sella, we will create something truly extraordinary in Las Vegas for fans all over the world to experience on Netflix. Crawford, who is 41-0 with 31 knockouts, is the first man fighter in a four-belt era to win uncontested championships into weight divisions 140 pounds and 147 pounds, respectively. In his last fight, in August, the Omaha native overcame Israel Madrimov to win the World Boxing Association junior middleweight title, making Tuesday's confirmation all the more amazing. He will now fight Alvarez, 168 pounds without before training. My spotless record says for itself. Crawford claimed, "I am the best fighter in the world, and regardless of the opponent or weight class, I have always won. On September 13th, my hand will be raised again while the world sees greatness."
I feel I got the speed over Canelo. I got the reach over him. He might got the size, the power. I got the better skills, boxing skills.
Would it be more of a cat and mouse? The reality is Canelo does put people out. From Kirkland to Amir Khan to just...
Don't
obviously,
I'm just saying, man.
No, but he's not
Kovalev was older. He does. Don't get me wrong. He does have a lot of power, but all those guys that you name is not as skillful as me.
Alvarez, 62, with 39 knockouts, is coming off a dominant but pedestrian unanimous decision over William Skull in May, a fight held in Riyadh as part of his reported $400 million four-fight deal with Riyadh season. That agreement allowed for one bout to be staged outside Saudi Arabia, and Alvarez has opted to return to Las Vegas, where his fan base usually turns out in droves. I'm super happy to be making history again, this time on a Riyadh season card that will...
I'm sorry. No disrespect to none of those fighters. The skill level is night and day.
So how do you see a fight with Canelo going?
Tough fight. Canelo is a great fighter. Like, I always had respect for Canelo, but I just believe in my skills. The fact that people doubt me, it just fueled me even more. Try to get the fight even more. And I'm watching him, I'm like, man, I can beat this dude. I've been fighting people bigger than me all my life, and I always came out on top. You gonna get hit. It's a fight. He gonna get hit too. It'll be good.
Crawford attended the Skull fight, where the September fight was publicly teased in the ring despite questions about their ages. Alvarez turns 35 next month, and Crawford turns 38 in September. Both are still among the sport's top stars. Turkey wants to make the biggest fights that fans want to see in boxing, and this is right up my alley, said White, who will start his own boxing brand under the UFC's TK umbrella. Are you kidding me that the first boxing match I'll get to promote is Canelo versus Crawford? It's truly a once-in-a-lifetime fight. A 3-city press tour is scheduled for later this month to generate interest in an event that is sure to get widespread attention. The fighters will arrive in Riyadh on June 20th, proceed to New York on June 22nd, and wind up in Las Vegas on June 27th.
Seems like that's going to be the fight. Terence Crawford versus Canelo Alvarez, the biggest fight in boxing.
Well, Canelo's the face of boxing. He's the best fighter for Terence Crawford out there. He's the biggest fight for Terence Crawford out there. So that's why Terence Crawford want to take the opportunity to share a ring with another great.
How do you beat him?
UFC. Come 12.
Go to decision.
While both fighters have shown flashes of mortality in recent performances, Alvarez cruised but looked flat in his win over Skull, and Crawford had to rally late to edge Matarmov. The importance of their matchup remains undeniable. A win for Alvarez would further cement his legacy as the face of this boxing era, while a victory for Crawford would likely establish him as the most versatile boxer in recent history. One man who has been open about the upcoming big fight is
So Oscar, you're not feeling Canelo Crawford? You're not feeling Canelo Crawford?
I like it. I actually like the fight. I like the fight. I'm just saying, like, you know, reality is both guys are 38 years old. I mean, or 35, 38. But I like the fight.
In an interview with Brian Mazik, the Golden Boy stated that he thinks Canelo will prevail over the 37-year-old switch hitter when they meet in September due to stature. If Crawford can do it, Jesus Lord, give him the title of greatest ever, but I just don't see it. Canelo is a strong puncher. Yes, he walks on quicksand, which Crawford can explode, but the heavier guy, Canelo, will put 200 pounds of pressure. In that ring, it's a tough fight, but I give Crawford full credit if he wins. He'll be the messiah of boxers. If Crawford defeats Canelo, he will become the first boxer in male boxing history to capture the undisputed championship in 3 different weight classes, but the 37-year-old from Omaha faces the most difficult test of his sparkling professional career.
Canelo Crawford, in the history of boxing, and this is the facts. Let's get it. If you see Thursdays, Fact Thursdays, I speak the facts. All right, I'll even do it for you. A good little man has never beaten a good big man in the history of the game, unless you go back to certain situations. With Pacquiao beat me, but I was a dead man walking anyway. But a good little man never beats a good big man, so it's a tough test for Crawford.
As the boxing world expects the fight between Canelo Alvarez and Terence Crawford on September 13, 2025, great former champion Roy Jones Jr. has weighed in with his thoughts, speaking at the International Boxing Hall of Fame ceremony in Kenisa, NY. Jones highlighted that the outcome of the bout is dependent on one critical factor: the style of fight Canelo decides to engage in. Jones feels Canelo's tactics will determine the result of the fight. He told me, "That's a good fight. The results depend on the type of fight Canelo fights. This shows the value of Canelo's strategy and how it complements Crawford's strengths."
Sorry, we'd be wrong, Roy, to not ask you. It's a hot topic right now, just switching gears. Bud, Canelo, you know, done deal. Looks like the fight is signed. What's your thoughts on this fight, man?
Man, it's a great fight for boxing. I know people don't agree with it, but if Canelo fights one inkling of the wrong fight, he gonna lose. He comes out and fights the right.
Canelo's latest performance against William Skull highlighted concerns about his adaptability. Despite a unanimous decision victory, Canelo failed to land major punches as Skull moved laterally. If Canelo takes a similar plan against Crawford, who is known for his quick switch hitting style, he may struggle to impose his will. Adopting a more aggressive tactic, on the other hand, may help Canelo to use his strength to end the fight. As the fight date approaches, the boxing community is divided about the possible outcome. Roy Jones Jr.'s perspective serves as a reminder that in boxing, strategy and execution are important.
It's gonna be tough. So right now, I think it go be either way, but it depends on what type of fight Canelo fights.
You've been a guy that moved up in weight class. How do you think Terence Crawford should handle the weight? Should he come in lighter? Should he come right around the weight limit?
Come in as big as he can get. If he get to the weight limit, because there is a weight limit, get to the weight limit.
Canelo Alvarez's ability to adapt his approach to counter Crawford's style could be the key to victory. Conversely, Crawford's resilience and adaptability may allow him to overcome the challenges posed by the weight difference and Canelo's power. Ultimately, a fight promises to be a compelling clash of styles, with the victor potentially solidifying their legacy in the sport. One man who has had first-hand experience in preparing a fighter to face the Mexican icon is Abel Sanchez, who coached Gennady Golovkin in 2 of his bouts against Canelo in 2017 and 2018, respectively. I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that a Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. I think that every look at his resume, I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed, well, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight goes on, Canelo is going to start pounding on him, and I think that of the fight and somewhere between the 9th and 12th arm. You really fig long time. Boxing trainer Abel Sanchez talks to Fight Hub TV and shares his perspective on a number of fights in boxing, including some potential ones on the horizon. In particular, Sanchez explains why he believes Canelo Alvarez is a bridge too far for Terence Crawford. Talking about the Canelo Alvarez versus Terence Crawford fight, he said, "Come on, I think it's a ridiculous fight myself. I think that Crawford is too small. Canelo is, in my opinion, the face of boxing right now. Look at his resume. I think it's a good fight for a little while. Crawford's hand speed, just like when Golovkin fought Kell Brook, the hand speed was evident at the beginning of the fight, but as the fight goes on, Canelo is going to start pounding on him, and I think that the fight ends somewhere between the 9th and 12th round. I think anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the foot speed and the hand speed, and Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54 when he fought Madrimov in his last fight showed us the weight makes a difference. Don't care how much weight he acquires or how hard he works to hit that level. 168 will make a difference.
Because of the size difference, he can stop Crawford.
Well, absolutely. Absolutely. I think that anything Canelo hits him with is going to hurt him. He won't be able to catch him early because, like I said, the speed and the foot speed and the hand speed. And Crawford's a heck of a fighter at his own weight. 54 when he fought Madrimov in his last fight showed us that he can't really, the weight makes a difference. I don't care how much weight he gains and how much he does to try to get up to that level. 168 is going to make it.
Feeling. What's been going on, Terrence? Talk to us for a little bit.
I got somewhere to go, man.
Yeah. Can we follow you for just in the time being?
Yeah.
Hey guys, you guys supposed to do interviews over there.
Yep. Terrence, I like the way
Don't talk to him.
Mario, don't I got an interview with you?
They haven't told me that. I would love to have an interview. I haven't had an interview with you, a proper interview, in a year and a half.
What's up, man? What you
What's
got?
up, bro?
Don't get the cold, man.
Yeah.
It's a crazy bout because, as I have stated, Crawford is a tremendous fighter who has stayed the same from 135 to 147. He's still the same fighter. Nothing has changed to make him viable at bigger weights. But Canelo has. Crawford hasn't destroyed his opponents. He's demolished one who was a shell of his previous self, but Canelo is destroying everyone he faces. Crawford's not. Yes, it's a good money fight, but not a real one. Virgil Ortiz has stated that if Crawford moves back down to 154, he would like to battle him. If he does so after the Canelo fight, the 27-year-old fan favorite thinks his undefeated streak will end. To keep things honest, Ortiz predicted every clear win for the naturally bigger man in an interview with The Ring magazine. I think he is too little. Yeah, he just weighed in at 180, but adding weight and actually being that weight are two different things.
Move up to 154. How much stronger are you feeling? How much better are you feeling at 54?
I feel great. I feel strong. I feel motivated. You know, I'm just ready to go out here and do my thing.
Yeah. Terrence, tell us about that back and forth with Eddie.
Oh, Eddie.
Yeah, you look a little heated there.
I ain't heated.
No.
Eddie just be throwing rocks and just saying anything that comes to his mind to make himself sound, I don't know.
I would understand if he fought someone of lesser caliber, But this is Canelo, that guy is GOAT. He's been boxing for a while. I believe Canelo will win decisively. He went on to explain that Crawford got hit and that he couldn't afford to do it against someone like Canelo. I know I'm going to receive some flack for saying this. Crawford receives a hit. Yes, he does. He gets hit like everyone else. Sometimes he is hit cleanly. It's not ideal to get hit perfectly by Canelo. It's actually not good, whatever you are. And Canelo is quick. It's not like he hits slowly. He'll catch you off guard. It's simply different, and that's all for now. Stay up to current on boxing news, moments, events, and activities by subscribing to our YouTube channel. And don't forget to switch on notifications to be told when we post quality material like this.